The day the Council witnessed humanity's predator instinct unleash in real. Prologue. The warnings. The Galactic Council had studied humans for years before admitting them into the chamber. On paper, the species was perplexing, soft-skinned, fragile, short-lived, and yet they thrived on a death world. Reports of their ferocity circulated like ghost stories, predators that smile while they kill, predators that mourn when they must. Councillor Visick once hissed, "They are predators pretending to be prey. Sooner or later, the mask will slip." Few believed him. Humanity's delegates were polite, diplomatic, quick to help. They brought art and music, shared medicine freely, and showed patience in the endless bureaucracy. But then came the day when the mask did slip. Chapter 1. The Accusation. It began as an ordinary session. The Council debated trade routes. Humans, represented by Ambassador Elena Ruiz, argued for easing restrictions on struggling frontier colonies. Visick opposed. "Why should we give resources to predators who may one day consume us? Why should we aid worlds where humans multiply unchecked?" The chamber rustled. Elena stood calm, eyes steady. "We seek partnership, not conquest. Humanity only wants its children to survive." Her words might have ended the quarrel. But then, from the back rows, a lesser delegate spat an unforgivable insult referencing the death of Elena's own son in a border raid. The chamber froze. Everyone waited for the human to weep, or rage, or storm out. Instead, Elena smiled. And that smile chilled the blood of every species present. Chapter 2. The Shift. Humans had a reputation for strange expressions, but this was different. Her eyes sharpened. Her body stilled. Even without translation, the message was clear: a predator had taken notice. Elena didn't raise her voice. She spoke slowly, deliberately. "You speak of my son's death as if it were leverage. Do you know what humans do with grief?" The chamber held its breath. "We don't run. We don't hide. We sharpen it into something you will never escape." Even the translators faltered, struggling to render the layered menace in her tone. Visick hissed nervously, "Is this a threat?" Elena's gaze turned on him, and he flinched as though claws had brushed his throat. Chapter 3. The Demonstration. Moments later, the chamber doors burst open. A comms officer rushed in, stammering reports. A pirate fleet had attacked the fringe world of Lyra's 2. A human settlement. The holodisplays flickered to life, showing chaos, ships descending, plasma fire raining down. Delegates panicked, muttering about procedure, emergency votes, sanctions. Elena didn't speak. She simply activated her wrist comm. "Echo Squadron," she said softly, "Lyra's 2. Full protocol." The response was immediate. "Acknowledged, Ambassador." Within minutes, human warships dropped out of FTL. The Council chamber watched live as frigates, sleek and predatory, tore through the pirate fleet with surgical precision. No hesitation. No wasted motion. Humans moved like hunters culling prey. But then came the true shock. After annihilating the raiders, the same ships landed, disgorging medics, engineers, even food stores. Soldiers who moments before had killed without mercy were now cradling wounded civilians, alien as well as human. Predators. Protectors. Both, in the same breath. Chapter 4. The Fear Realized. The Council chamber erupted. "Savages," cried one delegate. "They slaughter without remorse." "Did you not see?" countered another. "They protected the survivors." Elena let the argument spiral. She stood still, letting them watch footage of her people. Soldiers digging survivors from rubble. Pilots ferrying wounded to safety. Children given water before commanders drank themselves. Finally, she spoke again. "You have now seen humanity without the mask. When predators threaten our young, When innocents bleed, we do not deliberate. We act. Her voice carried iron now, echoing through the chamber. You fear our instincts. Good. You should. But understand this. Those instincts are yours to fear only if you stand with raiders, with slavers, with those who prey upon the weak. If you stand with the innocent, then our instincts are your shield. Chapter 5. The Silence. The chamber was silent. Not the uneasy quiet of debate, but the silence of prey animals realizing the shadow in the grass belonged to their ally, not their hunter. Even Visick lowered his gaze, mandibles trembling. For the first time, he understood, humans were not dangerous because they killed. They were dangerous because they chose when to kill and when to heal. Chapter 6. Aftermath. The vote that followed was unanimous. Aid was approved for the frontier colonies. Humanity's position in the Council was no longer tentative. It was unshakable. Later, in private, some whispered, "We saw them unleashed. We cannot unsee it." Others whispered something more fearful, "Perhaps the galaxy does not need protection from humans, perhaps it needs humans to protect it." Epilogue. The lesson. That day became legend, the day the Council witnessed humanity's predator instinct unleash in real. It was written in annals, taught in academies, debated in philosophy halls. But Elena Ruiz, returning to her quarters, thought only of her son. She touched the locket at her throat, whispered his name, and allowed herself a moment of weakness no alien eye would ever see. For predators, after all, still weep. And then, when the weeping is done, they hunt.